Cheers, guys. Me and Rebecca are out here doing some practice, and me and her both probably talk more about the issues and the struggles that a new rep might have. And Rebecca being new, you've been in about, I don't know, how long now?
Gosh, close to 5 months maybe? Maybe.
So a little scared on that end. But the one thing we talk about in the system, and even though we have a system, I think still people are scared to that to talk to people. And the reality of it is you have to get over that. So this is a tip I'm going to share with you while we're visiting, hanging out by the pool. We thought, I'll teach it. We'll just teach it and knock it out. So this is the deal. When I meet somebody, I always pay attention to their personality profile. I'm very big. If you look at day 7, I think it's on the system. Day 7 talks about personalities. It talks about disc profile, which the minute I met Rebecca, I knew she was a flaming eye. She had the personality, the smile, the hair. If you met me and I've got jingle jangles or I've got beads everywhere, I'm dangling, I'm an eye. I smile, I'm friendly, I'm nice. So eyes are very easy. If you meet somebody that's more of a C or somebody a little more rigid, I might be a little more toned if I want to talk to them. But remember, I'm not trying to sell them immediately. So if me and Rebecca were out here visiting, I'm going to act like we're just friends. We're talking, we're visiting, we're having drinks by the pool, enjoying today. And I'm going to say, well, you know, Rebecca, I didn't know a lot about your background, but do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? I just love to learn more about you.
So, yeah, of course, I don't mind.
And I would say something like, so you grew up in Dallas or you grew up somewhere else, I understand?
No, I'm not local. I'm actually from way up in Iowa.
Oh, corn.
Yeah, lots of corn.
Lots of big corn. So what is it like being in Iowa to Dallas? Was it kind of a transition?
Small town to big town, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Big
So
difference.
family's still there?
Yep,
Mom and dad?
still in Iowa.
Oh my gosh. So you're here with your
Baby daughter. Baby
Oh,
daughter.
that's right. And I know you're a single mom. So being a single mom, has it been challenging not having mom and dad and the family with you?
Yeah, it's a struggle. It makes time a complication.
Very difficult. Yeah, because as a mom, who picks the baby up when she's sick? Or, you know, who takes care of the baby when she's sick? Doctor, or, you know, I'm always worried about the braces or teeth or college or things like that. I'm sure you find that being a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to change that.
What is the number one thing before you had a baby, if you were all by yourself, what was the one thing you dreamed about doing? Was there something deep inside? Because you said you went to school, did some things. What's something you really, really wished you could have done? And maybe some roadblocks happened.
Oh gosh. I guess in a long-term goal, you know, I've always wanted to own my own business.
Really?
So yeah. And
What was your favorite business? What was something you wanted to do?
oh gosh, something with animals.
Oh, you love animals. Ah. So do you do anything for the donations? Would you donate or help, or maybe a shelter maybe?
Yeah, I'd love to actually own my own kind of no-kill shelter, and
I love that.
it's one of my goals. Yeah.
That's a good time. Well, we're going to have to toast to some success there. We'll toast a little bit. But the other thing is going back to your daughter now, what age is she?
She's 4.
She's 4. So being a young mom, I'm going to immediately assume that she has daycare expenses. So I'm going to say something like this. So is it really expensive? I know my friend has a daughter, and it's really expensive. What is a normal daycare for you? Or you work full time?
Yep.
What's a normal daycare?
So the daycare that she attends, which is an average to lower end daycare, is about $1,000 a month.
Wow. So $1,000 a month. And so with somebody struggling with money, I'm probably going to say that's a problem. Okay, so I found one problem. Second I want to do is let's have a conversation about your job situation. Now, do you absolutely love where you work? Tell me a little bit about your job. What do you do?
I work in the aviation industry, and it's okay. It pays the bills.
Okay. And you've been there for how long?
Almost a year.
Okay. So it's something, do you see yourself madly in love with this job the next 5, 10, 15 years, going day in and day out?
No, not
Oh,
really.
okay. So you wouldn't work there for free. I always joke about that. I wouldn't work there for free. I like it, but I don't work there. And do you feel like they pay you what you're worth?
If my boss sees this,
Right,
yes.
not. But most of us feel that way. I mean, most of us are like that. So all you have to do is kind of nudge into that direction. So I found 3 whys already. One is she doesn't like her job. She's a single mom, meaning definitely needs more income. Third, she's probably at a point where the daycare is a little frustrating and she's missing precious moments. I didn't harp on that, but I would have said something like this. Is it really hard, especially with daylight savings time? it's frustrating. You come home and it's black and dark, and then when you leave in the morning, it's black and dark. So that's a 4-month out of the year thing. That's a depressing time. Do you find that's not a lot of fun during that?
Nope, you don't get any quality time.
No problem. That makes a difference. So I think as a mom, that's always a big issue. So if you notice, I'm not going on about Rodan and Fields. I'm not going to say much, but I'm going to act like I have an idea, and I'm going to act like let's talk about it later. That's always the best way when I meet somebody like this. So I would say something like, so are you ever looking? Do you have your resume out? Are you on LinkedIn? I'm going to find out, is she on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook? And you'd probably tell me what's your favorite social media platform.
Instagram.
Okay.
The easiest.
And I would say something like this, well, I don't know if what I do might be of interest to you, but I work with a global operation. We work globally, and we build everything through social media. So do you feel like you might have some time to do some part-time work if I could show you a way where maybe you could only work 3 to 4 hours a week? Would that be something you might be interested in?
Sounds like a deal.
You could work 3 or 4 hours a week full-time, and then maybe with me, 5 or 10, to where we can push off the next 6 months to a year, maybe take those pressures away where you can work with us.
Yeah.
So that might be a fun way to do it. So I say all that to say, guys, this is just an idea. I feel like sometimes I don't share enough ideas with everybody in the C system, but the reality is Rebecca is gravitating to hearing this over and over. She hangs out with me. She's learning the strategies. She's learning the interviews. But if you notice, when I meet somebody, I don't go into Rodan and Fields. No, if I said anything, I would have said C. I have a very simple business entrepreneur system. It's called C. I always say that because I want them to think it's a system. And if you're open to it, I'd love to continue the conversation sometime next week. Would that be all right? Schedule the meeting with a closer. That's it. The people like me can close deals. You know, Rebecca's learning how to be a closer. The more you practice, the better you get. Remember, you're always going to not do great the first 5, 10 times. Then you'll get a little bit better, and then you'll get better. It's okay. Practice, practice, practice. Practice on the waitress at the store. Practice on the convenience guy. I don't care, but if you don't practice, you'll never get it. Now, if she's somebody that I feel like I'm not sure I like, or I don't feel like has energy, if she wasn't responding to the questions, if she was not smiling, and you can tell if somebody's smiling through the telephone, by the way. And if I did not like her, I'm going to scratch her off, and I'm not going to go further. She failed the interview. You got to remember, ball's in your court, not their court. Your court. I'm looking for somebody who wants to be a millionaire. I'm looking for somebody who wants to change their life. Or if they don't even want to be a millionaire, it's okay. But do they want to change others' lives? Do you want to just stay exactly where you are? I'm telling you, none of us were born for, what did we hear at church this morning? Think about it. It was awesome. I loved it. And it was about you. It's about things you're going through. If you're going through tough times, it's okay. God knows that. There's things happening all over the world. But the reality is you've got a group of people and individuals that love you. We care for you. And I want to thank Miss Rebecca for helping me today. Hope it was helpful. I basically did the form. I didn't really go into how much the motivation was, but if I could show her how to build her charity, would she be open to listening to what I have to offer? So with that, thanks for helping us. And
Bye,
we will
guys.
celebrate to y'all. See you in New Orleans. Bye, guys.